Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I know it has been a little bit, but I am finally off for a whole month and a half. So we are going to be making some YouTube videos. If you guys don't know, I'm a travel nurse and I have taken some time off, some much needed time off for my physical and mental stability. So I'm really excited to get back to playing with makeup. That's what we're going to do today. We're going to play with some new palettes that I have not even touched. I've had them for a while, but I have not even been able to touch them because I haven't had time. We're going to just chit chat, get ready. So if you guys are interested in that, then just stick around. So I've already done my eyebrows. I went ahead and got those out of the way. But if you guys are interested, there is a full tutorial on my page on how I do my brows. So you can watch it there if you are interested. So we're just going to play with some makeup today. I don't know what kind of look I'm doing. I did get the Colourpop. Where did I put it? Of course, I have the Stone Cold Fox palette right here. I've had this for a while. I know it's been out for a while. I wanted to order it, but I was like, girl, you don't need no more makeup. But then I decided to get it. So this is what it looks like right here. I have not even touched it. So it's in the more cool tone category. So we are going to be doing a cool tone look, which is not normally what I do, but that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to play with this and a couple of new other products that I've got, and we're just going to catch up. So I'm going to go in. I've already put some moisturizer on my face. I have been obsessively, compulsively loving this Ole Hendrickson product right here. Of course, Tati, the queen of YouTube, Tati recommended this, and this is actually my second one. This is the Strength Trainer Peptide Boost Moisturizer, and that is a mouthful. It's just a moisturizer. It's white, has a fresh scent to it. It's not bad at all, but I love it, and I just use this anytime. Even if I'm not putting on any makeup, I will put this on and wear it throughout the day. So we've already done that. I'm going to tuck these little pieces of hair behind my ear. The hair is still growing out and it's a disaster, so we're not going to talk about it, and I need a tan, so we're just going to move on. So I have discovered, and not a lot of people talk about this product. I think it's like so under the radar, and it does not need to be, but Hank and Henry have a product called the Color Canvas. Now there's different colors. You can use them for eyeshadow bases, you can use them for concealer. There's all different colors, so I'm going to use the one that's like more of a neutral tone, but I mean there's all kind of different colors here that you can use for eyeshadow bases to really make your eyeshadow pop when you put it on top of there. But today I'm going to go in with the color W2. It's this color right here, and we're just going to go in and cover up these freckles and all of this sun damage that I did when I was younger, because nobody told me not to stay in the sun as much, but I still did. I'm just going to put it on my finger. You can put it on a brush, but I mean, fingers are great tools. So I'm just going to go in and we're just going to cover up a lot of these freckles and age spots. Now you definitely can skip this step. Disclaimer here, I'm a full coverage queen. I like a lot of makeup, so you definitely don't have to do as much makeup as I do. Everybody has a different, way of doing things. So no need to leave in the comments that I wear too much makeup, because I know already. And this is really thick, so it covers really well. I'd kind of compare it to Milani has a product out that's kind of similar. It's not as thick and it's not as full coverage, because I was using that before I started using this. And once I switched to this, because I thought this might be a little bit too thick to wear underneath foundation, but it's totally not. And also, when I have those like no makeup days, which I rarely do, I will use this and just blend it out, put a little powder and blush over the top. And it doesn't cover, like I don't put it over my whole face. I just kind of concentrate it here, and then whatever's left on the sponge I put on my face, and it gives you coverage, but it doesn't do like complete full like cake face coverage. Like it gives you enough coverage to where you feel comfortable going out in public. And then I'll just put a little mascara, a little gel in my brows, and then I'm good to go. So I'm just going to go in with a damp sponge, and we are just going to start blending this out. I do have a mirror right here, which I should pull a little bit forward so I can see a little bit better. And you'll see how much coverage it gives and how much it's going to knock out a lot of that discoloration. So as you can see, it covers really, really well. And like I said, you could totally use this by itself and make a little short makeup routine, so you don't have to do full coverage if you don't want to. I think it's amazing, but it goes so well underneath foundation. I don't put it on my eyelids, but whatever I have left over on my sponge, I will kind of run up through on my nose, on my chin, and on my forehead. So Now we're going to go into foundation. This is like the normal regular routine I always do. Until I find something else that works better for me, this is where we're at the moment. So, and the air conditioner just kicked on, so just ignore that. So we're going to go in with the Huda Beauty and the Urban Decay, and I mix these two because one of them's too dark, one of them's too light, but they're both full coverage. So just be aware, if you have not tried these foundations yet, they are full coverage and they are pretty matte. So I have oily skin, so it just works better with my skin. And I also find, because I'm older, that like dewy foundations don't look the best on me. I just end up looking like a big grease pot, so I kind of stay away from that. So I'm just going to put it on the back of my hand here, and then we're just going to use the Beauty Blender, and we're just going to go in and go to town. So I use about a pump and a half. And I'm just gonna go in and blend this all over the face. Go back in here. I don't normally do my eyebrows first. I can't even talk. First, because I'm always scared that I'm gonna like wipe them off with my foundation. But today I just decided to do them first, so that way we could go ahead and get them done, get them out of the way. Eyebrows make such a big difference, but it's like one of my least favorite things to do. So. And you also want to make sure you run it down that neck. Don't want any lines. Alright, I hate when I get makeup on my earrings. People will be like, well, you probably need to just take them off. I like to wear them, that's why. But we're going to wipe the makeup off. And I'll probably get more on, so we'll probably just keep wiping it off. But anyway. Alright, so let's keep moving on. So we're just going to do some concealer. I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Camo Concealer, which I use quite a bit of. I bought a couple of colors, so I'm just trying to use up the ones that I bought. I'm not particularly like so in love with it. I'm just still trying to find that concealer. Do you know what I mean? I need the concealer, and I'm still working on trying to find it. So we're just going to go in and put a little bit underneath the eye. We're going to go a little here. Now, remember what I said, everybody's different. Everybody likes a different amount of concealer, because I always hear, you know, older women are not supposed to do the triangle. They're not supposed to put makeup here. Well, I don't know who makes these rules, but I ain't here for it. Because I'm going to wear what I want to wear and what I like. So I bet you it's like 70-year-old white men in an office with, you know, suits making rules for women, which, you know, most of the time, you know, we're not paying them any attention. So we're just going to go in and blend it out. And different things work for different people, you know what I mean? So you do what makes you comfortable. So we're just going to go in and blend this out. And we're going to take this. Now, I saw a new technique on, was it Instagram, TikTok, one of the social media platforms yesterday, and I am going to try it. It was showing like a new trend for placement for concealer as to how to get that really lifted, you know, eye look without using like tape or anything like that. And when the girl did it, and I know she was in her 20s, so I was like, well, of course it looks good on you, but I thought I'm going to try that. So I think I might make a video on that, trying that technique with that concealer. Because a little concealer trick, because she put it like here, I think it was here, and then here, and everything was lifted upwards this way, and so it really made a difference when she showed you. So I was like, that might be something that we try. So alright, so now we're going to go in with some cream contour. Of course, this step can be totally skipped over if you don't like it. I really like it. I think it brings a lot of warmth to the face. I really am obsessed with this Huda Beauty. This is the shade Fair. So it looks a little dark. Don't be scared. It blends out like a dream. So we're just going to go in and we are going to warm up the face a little bit. I need to wash this brush because it applies this a little bit wider than I want at the moment. I think it's just because my brush is dirty. But anyway, we're going to move on. So And I had this product for the longest time before I ever would use it, because I was just like, oh, I don't feel comfortable using that. I don't know how to use that. I've never used cream products before, so I just kind of like shied away from it because I was scared it was going to mess my makeup up. But then like one of the first couple of times I used it, I was like, I've been sleeping on this. Why have I been sleeping on this product, you know? So you're just going to go in with a sponge, or you can do a brush, whatever you choose, and you can just tap it out, and you can see like the warmth that it brings to my face here. And I say this every time I do this cream contour. I think a lot of older women kind of shy away from doing bronzing and contouring, only because that's not really how we were taught doing makeup as we grew up. I just remember having like foundation, blush, and not really anything else, especially not contour or highlighters. And nobody ever really specifically taught me about that, and so you get into this routine of just wearing foundation, which makes your face look really flat. So you can see like the warmthness that it has brought to my face. So just try it out. You don't have to do the cream, but get you some powder, a couple of shades darker than your foundation, and play with it. Some really good ones that I like. I do have the Marc Jacobs ones. I know this is a little bit on the pricier side, but it's very buildable, and it's a very good color because it doesn't give you that orange effect. And if you don't like a lot of it, you can build it up and make it to the, what's the word I'm looking for? This is what happens when you get old. You get total memory fog and you can't remember any words whatsoever. It gives you a little bit more coverage, so it's just real buildable, so you don't have to worry about going in and it being too much, basically. So for now, we are going to set the face. We're going to go in with some Colourpop. This is the translucent powder, and I'm just going to go in and take my sponge, and we're just going to set the face with this. Now remember, I wear a lot of makeup. You totally don't have to use this much, and my face is oily, so I can tolerate a lot. My skin can tolerate a lot of powder, okay? So we're just going to go in and set the face. Oh, I didn't put any on my nose. How did I miss that? Now, the face is set, so we're going to go in with some bronzer. I am going to use the Marc Jacobs ones today. I've had this for a long time. It's lasted for a very long time because it is like, it's the size of my head, so it's a good investment. So we're just going to go in with a big fluffy brush, and we're going to go around the perimeters of the face. So this is the Hank & Henry Sandra brush, Sandra Deluxe. If you watch her on YouTube, this is who's the brush named after. So we're just going to go in and warm up the face. Just circular motions. And be careful, don't wipe the end of your brow off. This is why I do my brows last, because I'm always scared I'm going to wipe something off. So I have been off for a couple of days. I worked last week, and so I'm going to be off for about a month, a little over a month. I'm supposed to go back to Birmingham, if you guys don't know. I'm a nurse, travel nurse. I've been traveling for about 4 years, and I've been working in Birmingham, Alabama for the past 6 months. Before that, I was in LA, Tucson, and Hawaii. I know it sounds terrible, doesn't it? But Birmingham has been the closest job that I have had to home, and so I like it because I'm able to drive home on my days off because it's 3 hours, and when I work across the country I can't drive home on the weekends. So, and we are about to start building our house, so I really wanted to be here and be able to be a part of that. So it's getting real, people. It's getting real close. So I've never built a house before. My husband had a construction company before we got married, so he's gonna be, I gotta take these earrings off because I keep getting makeup on them. So he's gonna be doing most of the work. So I'm really excited. I've been like in Pinterest heaven. Like I have a whole like board, a whole thing on my Pinterest, you know, saved up where I've, you know, pinned all of these pictures that I like, and I'm just like literally like in the house dreaming stage at this point. So it's really exciting. It's a new adventure. So we're about to start doing that. I'm going to go in with the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. I don't know if this is still available because the whole brand is owned by somebody else now. But I'm trying to use it up, so it's a little dirty. But I'm going to go in with what colors? These two colors right here. When you film, everything's backwards, so when you try to point to something, like your hand gets all in the wrong direction. Alright, so we're just going to go in with an angled brush here, and we're going to contour a little bit. Now don't panic, because this is going to look like a big stripe on your face, but it's going to be very blendable. So we're just going to carry it up right through there. I know it looks like a lot. Trust the process. So yeah, I'm going to be off for like a month and a half. The plan is to go back to Birmingham, and I have powder in my nose. Alright, as I was saying, the plan is to go back to Birmingham because of COVID kind of dropping. Travel nurse rates are dropping. They're cutting our contracts, they're cutting our money, and I'm just, you know, I'm just not here for it. And this is the real tea, real truth right here. My thing is you want me to do, and anybody can kind of relate to this job wise, so it doesn't have to be healthcare nursing, but you want me to do the same amount of work at the same place and put up with the same amount of crap for half of the money that you were paying me. Ain't working. I barely made it with the money you were paying me. That's the only reason I got through working, because I was working 48 hours a week, which nurses normally work 3 12s. I've been working 4 12s for the past 17 months. So my mental stability is hanging on by a thread, and it would help me get through the day knowing that I was being fairly compensated for the work that I was doing. So I know a lot of people would think, you know, like if you would just pay me what I'm worth, then people would stay at their jobs. So I'm like going on a little rant here, but just said we were going to get ready together and we're going to talk. So at that point, you know, and I knew that the COVID rates could not last forever. Like I'm not blind to that. I knew that they would eventually come to an end. But the fact that you cut money so low from nurses and healthcare workers, and you still, like, it's like a slap in the face, okay? And I like to explain it like this, because this will make sense to everybody so they can understand how this, like, makes people feel. We're gonna go in with, come on, pick it up. This is the Rouge Romance. This is the blush palette by Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics, and we're gonna use, let's see what color we're gonna use. I think we're gonna do these two shades right there. And I need to blend this a little bit better. I'm just talking and not blending. If you get a little bit heavy-handed, you can go in with your sponge and blend it out. So anyway, so they cut my rates. They cut my money in half, over half, let's say that, and they cut my hours to 36 hours, which I'm okay. I can do 36 hours. I would prefer to do 36 hours, but since we're in the process of about to build a house, honey, I wanted to make that money. So that's why I was working 48 like I was. But then they start cutting rates. So let me I'll explain it to you how it makes more sense to me as to, so a lot of people struggle with money and living paycheck to paycheck, and I certainly have. Me and my family certainly have. I mean, you think, oh well, you and your husband are both nurses, and you might, well, not Mississippi nurse money is terrible. Okay, it's terrible. And people say, well, you can go to California. Well, the cost of living is more there, and so it just kind of, it's about the same all around. And so whenever we started getting paid fair wages, to where I was just like, okay, well, this is doable, and you're able to pay your bills, and you're able to afford groceries for your family, and you're able, you know, like if you want to do something like go to the movies, or if you want to go out to eat, you're not like stressing because you need to save, you know, you don't have the money to do it. It's just the little things. And you know what that brings you? That brings you peace of mind. And you know that song by now I can't think of the band. The name of the song is Chicken Fried, and it talks about you can't put a price on peace of mind. Like, that's the way I feel. So having peace of mind and knowing that I could afford groceries and pay my bills and do things for my family and provide for my family because I knew that I was making better money, you know, gives you that peace of mind. And so it's such a comfort to not have to worry about money and like where's it going to come from, and how am I going to pay rent, and how am I going to pay this. It's and I can only imagine, you know, because we used to live paycheck to paycheck. I totally know. So I'm going to break for a second. We're going to go in with some rose water spray and spray this face real quick, and if I can find it is the question. Where is the rose water spray? Okay, sorry, take two. Rose water spray, I sprayed this on my face to make sure that the powder and the cream and everything kind of melt together. This is the Mario Badescu. This was the chamomile and lavender. This one ain't my favorite, but I like lavender, so I thought I would like this one, but I just really prefer the regular one, but we're going to use this one because I bought it. So you spray it, melt it together. It ain't my favorite smell, I guess you'd say. And then I like to take my sponge and kind of just press it out. But anyway, back to the peace of mind. So if you think about being able to, you know, not have to worry about money, what a peace of mind that gives you, okay? And so when travel companies, hospitals, people start taking the money away from nurses, guess what it does? It takes away your peace of mind, because then you have to go back to, am I going to be able to pay the bills? Am I going to be able to afford this? Am I going to be able to provide for my family? And so I think that's why a lot of nurses are really pissed off, and I can say that because I am one, at the way hospitals are treating us. And it's not just her nurses, it's a lot of healthcare people. I'm grabbing my, oh shoot, grabbing my, why can I not find things? I'm just in a tizzy here. Okay. So that's why we're all about, you know, people say like, well, y'all are getting like really greedy. No, we just got a taste of what it's like to be able to live normally. Do you know what I mean? And not worry about having to, you know, hopefully we can make it to work on our tank of gas that's on E, or, you know, be able to provide, you know, birthday presents, or spend a little extra money here, or take a trip, or just little things like that, you know. And so that's why we get, you know, people say, you're just getting greedy. No, we're not greedy. We just know that what our worth is, put it that way. I just used Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics. This is Iced, the highlighter. So that's why whenever they decided to cut my hours and cut my rate, I was just like, you know what? This is just God's way of saying, Suzanne, you need to take a break. You need to go home for a little bit. You need to go sit in your happy space, which this is my happy space, and play with makeup and get back into the things that you love. I used to love nursing, and to be honest, I don't love it anymore. And we can go make a whole new video about that, but we're not going to, because we're gonna talk about happy things today. But just to kind of give you an insight as to why nurses feel the way they do, is because when you take away our money, you take away our peace of mind. And I don't think anybody wants their peace of mind to be taken away, because no matter what you have, even if you don't have a lot, if you have peace of mind, that is worth everything. Okay? And thank you for coming to my TED Talk. So, all right, we've got the brows done, and now we're going to go in and play with this Stone Cold Fox palette right here. I don't know what look we're going to create, but we're just going to come up with something. So let's see what we've got going on here. So there's a lot of cool tones. Of course, there's some shimmers. Of course, we're going to do some shimmers. I'm going to try to stay with the cool tones because I don't normally play with a lot of cool tones. That way we can kind of create something and stay, you know, kind of step out of the box a little bit. I'm also going to be using my color switch. I like to use this because I don't like to dirty up a gazillion brushes, but I use this and you can clean your brush off with it, and it's fabulous. So alright, so we're going to go in with the Dell brush from HeyGuys. It's just a about medium-sized fluffy brush, and we're going to lay down like a transition color. So what color do we want to use today? What can we use? I think I'm going to go in with this. We're going to go in with like some grays and see how those look. So we're going to go in with this color right here. I think it's called You Rock. And then we'll go under and do Rumor Mill, which will be this gray one right there, and we'll kind of deepen it up a little bit. So we're going to, let's make sure that this brush is clean. All right. So let's go into that lighter gray, and we're just going to put this in the transition. I like to kind of pack it like this first to get the most product off, and then I'll go in and blend it. So now mind you, I have not used this palette. I know Colourpop shadows are pretty good, but sometimes they can be hit or miss, so we'll see how well this likes to blend out basically. So yeah, that's the status on, you know, I plan on going back only because they have an in-house contract that's pretty decent. It's not near what we were getting paid, but it's decent. I'm close to home. I'll be able to come back and forth, work on the house, see my family, all that fun stuff. But there is a big but. If something else comes along that's better, that's what I will do. So I plan on transitioning out of nursing hopefully in the next couple of years, just because I'm so burnt. I'm just so burnt. And I don't know if my compassion for people, not necessarily just people in general, but you know, like working with people takes a lot out of you. I don't want to be in that arena at the moment. I want to do my makeup. I want to do my YouTube videos. I'm starting an online clothing boutique, which is taking me forever because there's so many like steps, you know, getting your tax ID number, getting your seller's permit. You got to do all this kind of like legal stuff before I actually, you know, start buying wholesale. And I want to just make sure that I do it right. And so with me working as much as I have, I hadn't had time to do everything I want. So this is what these couple of weeks that I'm off, that's what I'm going to be focused on. So I'm going to open a online boutique. It's called Laurel Denim Co. because I am from Laurel, Mississippi. If you guys watch Hometown on HGTV, that is where I'm from. So I figured I would just play off of the whole Laurel thing so people kind of know where Laurel is. So I decided to use it in the title. I'm really big into, I love, and as you can tell, which I didn't necessarily even plan this, but I have on denim. I don't wear a whole lot of color, and you'll notice that about me. If you see me in color, it's very rare. I like denim, I like whites, I like blacks, I like gray, I like all the neutral stuff, okay? And I wanted to open a store, not necessarily a storefront at the moment, but somewhere where we can buy jeans as women and feel comfortable in them. My thing about jeans nowadays is because one day you can buy a pair of jeans and it's a size 1. The next day you buy a size 5 and they both fit you. Like why is that? Why do you have 15 different sizes that you can choose from? Like I have a closet full of jeans and I bet you not even half of them are the same size, just because different companies make them different. Like I think we need to go by a like a universal size chart. You think that they would, but they don't. But I want to be able to provide cute clothes for all ages, because I feel like a lot of the clothing stores are geared toward younger people, which I get it. I was young once, I understand. But here's the thing. Most of women my age have jobs, have a little bit of money. A lot of 20-year-olds don't have that much money, so I'm like, you know, we can spend money on, you know, clothes and things like that, but there's just not a whole lot to choose from. So that was my thing. I wanted to have a store that everybody could shop at, not just a certain age group or a certain style, because everybody wears jeans, everybody loves denim and black and white. They're all staples and they're all basics. So that is the goal, and I'm just building and building up on this eyeshadow, is to have a clothing store where everybody can shop at and feel comfortable. Now my style is a little not at the moment, but I like a little rock and roll. I like black and white. I like lots of jewelry. I like lots of like coarse makeup, but I'm very basic when I dress. But I am so in love, believe it or not, with the fashion that's now coming in with the graphic tees, the distressed denim, the boot cut, the bell bottoms. I'm not the bell bottoms as much, but like the frayed jeans, the big belt buckles, the hats. Like I'm totally there for it. Now the crop tops and the Little House on the Prairie dresses at Target, no, I'm not there for that. So when I think about my store, and if you are my age, you'll remember, when I was younger, of course we didn't have social media. I would buy the Cosmopolitan magazines at the grocery store, and I would pull out pictures of the Cosmo magazine, and I had like a one of those little pegboards in my room. I had a ton of them where you would use the little push pins and put pictures up. And so I would tear out pictures that were inspirational to me. I would write little quotes on the bottom of them. And I always remember this one Guess ad that I tore out. And I don't remember what models it were. It could have been Cindy Crawford, blah, blah, blah. And I'm in no way comparing myself to them. But just the way that Guess has always been this like iconic, like denim, like supermodel, big hair, lots of jewelry. That's the feel that I want for my store. Do you know what I mean? And I laughed at one of my friends, Ashley. She was like, one day I had a pair of Guess jeans on, and she was like, and she has a clothing store, and she's like, are you wearing Guess jeans? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, oh my God, I didn't even know they make this anymore. I was like, actually, Guess is like a really big thing still, like in LA. Like they have Guess stores everywhere. So I always thought it was really funny that she thought it was funny that I had on Guess jeans. So I was like, yeah, I'm wearing Guess jeans, believe it or not. And I still have a pair of Guess jeans. So to say it all, you know, that's kind of how I am envisioning the clothing store once I finally get it off the ground. Like I've already got the name and the domain and all that kind of stuff. I'm in the process of getting the seller's permit to sell the clothes, so then I can do like wholesale. So if you guys have any jeans that you love, size, style, name brand, please comment down below and let me know what you love, because I've literally been going to all of these boutiques, all this stuff online, and I've ordered like literally 10 pair of jeans in the last couple of months. I don't wear jeans anywhere because I wear scrubs, but you know, now that I'm off for a couple of months, we're gonna test the jeans out. So if you have some, list them down below so I'll know. All right, so we've got a little cool tone moment going on. Let's see. Let's see. I think I'm going to go into this Drama Mama that's on the bottom to kind of keep with the cool tone down. Where is it? Right there by that black. And then we're going to probably put some silver. So we're going to go in with a smaller brush. Let me find a smaller one. This is the Hank and Henry Meg brush. I think it says Meg. Yeah. We're going to go in with that. And we're just going to build up this color on the outer corners. So I went ahead and ran that darker color, that Drama Mama, under the lower lash line. This is a step you can totally skip. I know a lot of people don't like a lot of darkness under their eyes, but just try it. You might like it if you just try it. So I like really round smoky eyes on myself, so we're just gonna go for it. So I just took that one color and used the same brush and just ran it underneath the bottom. All right, so now we're gonna go in with a shimmer. So let's see. I'm gonna swatch a few of these and see what we think. So we've got these three. If you can see, my camera just likes to wash everything out and it drives me bananas. So I think we're gonna go in and stick with the cool tone and stay with the silver, which is gonna be Magnetic Moon. I don't know if you can actually see it. There you go. But we're just gonna take it on our finger. And now if you have long fingernails, this might be a little bit of an issue. I might run into that as well. But we're just going to pack it on the lid, and I might have to go in with a flat brush to kind of work on that inner corner. There you go. And then you'll just kind of feather it out here. Like that. So you can see the inner corner. And I'm going to do my finger on this side, but you have to be really careful, especially if you have nails. I like using my fingers because it seems to warm up the shadow and the shadow goes on better. But right there in those little areas that you can't get to, I'd go in with the brush because it applies really well. This shadow does with the brush. And we got a little bit underneath there because of my fingernail, which is fine. And we're just gonna feather that out right there. I think we're gonna bring it a little bit further on the inner corner because I kind of like that look. Right there. So now I'm going to go in with some black eyeliner. We're going to do the waterline, we're going to do the tight line, and we're going to put on some mascara. So I will be right back. Alright, so we put on some eyeliner and some mascara. I used the Superhero It Cosmetics mascara. It is fabulous. It's a little pricey, but it is so worth it. And I used the Maybelline Waterproof Gel Liner in my liner. And we're going to finish off with a nude lip. Of course, my favorite combination. We're going to go in with Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil in the color 1993. We're going to go in with some Maybelline and then a little Buxom to finish it off. So let's get to it. Alright guys, so this is the final look. I hope you enjoyed today's video. We're just chatting, we're just playing with some makeup. I will list all the products down below that I used today. That way if you're curious and you want to try them out, you can definitely do so. If you have any requests of things that you would like to see, makeup wise, lifestyle wise, nursing wise, just leave me a comment down below and we'll make a video about it. I'm so glad that you joined me today. I hope you were able to learn something and that you had a good time. I would definitely be back sooner than later now that I have a month off. That's all I gotta say. Thanks for watching guys. Bye.